Gonna be another flashback here. Already seen this. A little car crash, stage 6. And we're still stuck in that room. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to leave this room. I feel like it's locked. And, you know, it's not like your typical escape room thing where, like, there's a way out. I think it's designed to not be able to, you know, escape from. So, I mean, we're just gonna be stuck here for quite a while. Where are we gonna... Look, all I'm thinking is where are we gonna go, you know, number 1 and number 2 is all I'm thinking of. And also, Saki hasn't eaten yet, quite a while. So I imagine she'd be starving. I don't know if the game is gonna recognize that, but you know, being stuck in the room for like a whole day, it's not great. We scoured the whole room, searching for even the smallest thing that could help, until we tired ourselves out. I didn't see anything. Yeah, this room isn't designed to be escaped from, you know? We're never gonna get out of here, are we? Wakasa rolled his neck and shoulders and sighed heavily. Okay. We plopped down the stage, rolling over on our backs and tried to catch our breath. With no windows in here, our phones taken away, there's no way to tell. Was the sun still up? Or maybe the day's game was over already. We totally lost track of time. The only light in the room was coming from the ceiling, a spotlight too bright to look at for long. I squinted against the glare. Wait. Ah! My voice came out much louder than I intended. Look up there! Isn't that a ventilation duct? Okay, the classic, you know, sneak into the vents trick, as Solid Snake would do. I pointed off to the side of the light, at a large hole in the ceiling. Maybe we can get out through there? I don't know if you can do this I mean, this is a very common trope in every kind of story. I don't know if you can do it in real life, though. But then again, I wouldn't know. Because I imagine it'd be too small, right? It'd be too small, and even if you could crawl into it, wouldn't, like, the ventilation kind of break under your own weight? It's not meant to have a human inside. Whatever, it's fine. We nodded to each other excitedly, but how do we get up there? Wakasa's face lit up and he rushed off. What? I followed him around to the back side of the screen that stood in the middle of the stage. Can you reach this? I mean, if you know, stand on one another, maybe? The back of the screen definitely wasn't smooth. Pieces jutted out all the way to the top. Oh, you could also climb on it? Is that what you say? Like climbing on the side? How's that gonna work? I don't know. Like climbing like on the screen maybe? And then up there somehow? That's gonna require a lot of upper body strength. I don't know. Nearly before my mind could process it, he smoothly climbed to the top. Oh, I guess he's a good climber. Wow. He leaned over and stretched out an arm. Right. Well, this is scary. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ichi-ni-san. He pulled and somehow I scrambled up to the top with him. Ah, thanks. Right. We climbed through the duct only to find ourselves in some sort of passage. It was pitch black inside. We might fall if we're not careful. Yes, more hand holding. I heard some shuffling as he reached out blindly, but he managed to grab my hand. Oh. Okay. You can say, I'm embarrassed or you're scared, aren't you? Well, that's like a... I don't know if you say that. I feel like that's I mean, he probably is, but obviously you're not supposed to point that out, Saki. That's very untactful. I guess I'll say Hazukashi. I'm a little embarrassed. Now all I could think about was his hand and how warm it was holding mine. Why is hand holding so lewd? Especially in anime. I was glad he couldn't see my face right then. I was sure it had to be bright red. His quiet laugh, nearly in my ear, sounded nervous. Sorry, but I feel safer now doing this. We don't have to stop. Thank you. We walked together for quite a while until a speck of light finally appeared in front of us. He tugged on my hand, and we hurried toward the light. We made it out! Stars shone down on us as we stumbled outside. Okay, it's nighttime. I turned to look back at the attraction we escaped from. The lights made it look kinda creepy in the dark. I mean, obviously, is it the same day actually? I don't know. I assume it's the same day of the Bizarre Planet, assuming we want to like save Mitarashi before the next day, right? So it has to be, unless we somehow missed that chance. I don't think we missed the day. The huge sign above the entrance displayed its name. Pretty epic. I wonder where Mitarashi's being held. Right. Hogstein said this one was the setting for the last game. I pictured the theme park's map in my mind, picking out the attractions' names one by one. There's Samurai Fantasy, Bloodstained Hospital, and Moonlight Ox, Round Table Coliseum Nights, Band Animal Family, and Alice Cart. Oh, and Bizarre Planet. Which one has Mitarashi? I think I have an idea. You do? I do? Explosive insight. Okay, think, Saki. Where could they be holding him? Hogstein told us he would use Mitarashi as tomorrow's hostage. This coward, I won't let him get away with this. If we don't find him tonight, he's gonna be in a bad spot. It's likely that he's stuck in one of the attractions like we were. Which attraction makes the most sense? We're stuck in one of the attractions, but we haven't had a game in this one yet. We know that all the attractions we complete won't be used for other games. We're definitely gonna win the game after we rescue him. I found Wakasa Bizarre Planet, so that leaves me with... He impressed me by when he suggested we save Mitarashi by ourselves. Coliseum Nights, where we were trapped. That's where we're right now. And one other. I think the last attraction is Band Animal Family. Where is he? I mean, most likely, unless, Hogstein could probably... practically speaking, he doesn't have to hold the hostage in the same game. Though, to be honest, I'm kind of like more inclined to say that he's in the other attraction, in Animal Camp or whatever, because we saw before when Urube was used as a hostage in Bizarre Planet's game, right? So that's probably where he is, the next game, which would be the Animal Band Camp thing, or whatever. What do you call it? It says right here. Band Animal Family, or whatever. So, that should be it. That's why Saki and Wakasa were in the Coliseum arena, because they were meant to be hostages for that, as well. Which leads me to wonder, what was Hogstein's plan, if Saki did not escape with Wakasa? What was Hogstein's plan? Because, they were gonna starve. Not gonna at least feed them or anything? No? I guess not. Oh well, anyway. I guess that's it. I don't think I press anything else. Any other hints I can press on? Tomorrow's hostage, Hogstein? I don't know. I'm just clicking on the other ones just in case I might be wrong, but I assume the correct one is one another. Or one other? Not one another, one other. So you should be at the music one. Ta-da! It's Band Animal Family. That's gotta be where he's being held. We've already completed 5 attractions, so only 2 are left. Round Table Coliseum Nights and Band Animal Family. that's the thing, right? You could probably he doesn't need to keep Mitarashi there. You could probably just keep it somewhere else, and just show a recording of Mitarashi. And if you lose the game, then Hogstein would just murder Mitarashi or whatever. That's the idea. But of course, I guess normally though, Hogstein would keep the hostage in the game that everyone else is playing at the same time. Hogstein told us this one would be used for the game on the last day, so the only one left is Band Animal Family. He has to be there. We need to get there fast as we can. Our route had passed through the plaza. I hear someone. Lights were bobbing and footsteps approached from around the corner. We froze in place. Right. Two piglets came into the plaza, flashlights in their hands. I think they're just patrolling? They seem kinda bored. Word probably hadn't reached them yet. This place is gonna get crazy soon. I don't know if we can avoid them all, but we have to try. Gotta check out my Soliton radar, take cover. He gave my hand a squeeze as he nodded. He then turned to me, his eyes scanning my face seriously. What is it? He looked so determined. He really was going to try to put my safety before his. My heart warmed at the thought, and an ache started in my chest. I smiled. You don't have to change yourself. You're fine as you are. I believe in you, Towa. Towa, like his first name. His eyes widened and his eyebrows shot up into his hair. Like literally just jumped out of his face and into his hair. Huh? Of course, you can be yourself. He worried his lips as his eyes darted quickly back and forth, deep in thought. He nearly shouted before he remembered we were hiding. What?
3日目の夜に君を助けられなくて悔しかったのは弱虫な自分が嫌だからだと思ってたんだ。だから流星さんみたいに強くなりたいって願った。でも違ったんだ。
What do you mean? Do you mean Ryusei is a coward? If you take it literally?
僕は本当は流星さんが君を助けたことが悔しかったんだ。
I guess soft NTR is what he was frustrated about.
流星さんみたいになりたいんじゃなくて、僕自身の手で君を助けたかったんだ。
I guess that makes sense in terms of reversing it. His ears turned a little pink as he scratched his head. He glanced shyly at me.
僕ね、恋愛とかって全然したことないから、自分の気持ちに気づくのにこんなに時間がかかっちゃった。
I guess we're just straight up saying it. I feel like it takes a bit longer for the other husbandos to admit that. Did he say love? You mean?
僕ね、なんだか君のことを。
Maybe it's around the same time. I don't know. I don't really. It's hard to grasp the timings for each route. Anyway. Oh.
流星さんが言ってたよね。誰かのために頑張ることで強くなれるって。もし本当にそうなら、僕は君の笑顔を守るために頑張りたいんだ。
Gotta protect that smile. I'm special to him. Me? Hold on. Hold on a second. I don't like you. No. Actually, both options are kind of like that. Like, we're just gonna reject him? I don't know. This is his route. How about, I don't know, but I... No, I don't like you, no. His face fell, I quickly shook my head. SMH. No, that's not it. It's just so sudden, I don't know what to think. It feels that way about me. I guess we have gotten close. I did see how hard he was working to change himself. He's deeper than people give him credit for. He had to deal with so much in his life. So many experiences shaped him. After all we've been through, I've come to care for him a lot. It's too fast. I don't even know if this feeling is the same as his. As much as I want to, I can't give him an answer.
Well. こんな時だし、それにいきなりだったもんね。
Yeah, it really does feel earlier than everyone else's confession.
流星さんを助け出すことができたら答えを聞かせて。
Assuming, you know, everyone doesn't explode and die. Alright, I promise. My nod was a little wobbly, but he smiled happily in response.
ねえ、そういえばさっきようやく初めて名前で呼んでくれたよね。
Huh? Oh, I did. I totally called him Towa. It felt so natural before, but now that he brought it up, I was embarrassed. I don't know why I said it. It just came out. I'm sorry.
うんうん。ねえ、これからも僕のこと名前で呼んで。君に名前で呼んでもらうのすごく嬉しいから。
Alright. My cheeks warm, I nodded. We should probably get going now. Ready, Towa? Towa. As we rushed off, it felt like we just kept getting closer, trusting each other with our lives. As if this is his route or something. As if this is our Tome game. We're destined to, you know, go down a route. There were piglets all over the place. More often than not, we had to keep to the shadows and wait for them to pass. Oh yes, this music again. Whack, 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 whack. Somehow we made it to Animal Family without being spotted. What you want? So what does it say? I think they're saying English. Like some of the songs actually in this game are actually is just English. Is it what you want? What you want or something? If my hunch is right, Mitarashi has to be here. As I studied the entrance, I noticed the sky was getting lighter. The sun's coming up.
ゲームが始まるまでに流星さんを助け出さなきゃ。
I couldn't agree with him more. Oh man, why does a piglet have to be here? It stood in front of the door, blocking it, and was looking around.
そうだね。あいつの気をそらせないかな。あ、そうだ。
What are you doing?
見てて。
He leaned over, picking up a small rock. He wound up and threw it over into a group of trees a distance away. I guess classic sneaking stealth game tactic. Like throw something somewhere else, and the guards will just, you know, be distracted and just look at the source of the noise for some reason, and then just sneak past. The piglet rushed over to the suspicious noise.
今だよ。行こう。
He grabbed my hand. The piglet's not watching the door now. Nice job. We ran as fast as we could through the entrance. What you want? At the end of the dark hallway, there was a large room. Chairs and instruments littered the whole area, and a big screen hung in the back. Our breathing was loud in the silence. There was no one else there.
ここスタジオみたいだね。
Really?
歌の録音はこういうスタジオでするんだ。
He glanced over absent-mindedly, not really looking at anything.
もしこのテーマパークから出られたら、今度はうまく歌えるといいな。僕を待ってくれてるファンのために、ちゃんと笑顔で歌いたいんだ。
They're not gonna be happy once you have a new girlfriend. My heart lurched painfully. Oh yeah, I forgot he's a famous singer. He must have thousands of adoring fans. Is he even allowed to love someone like me? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, you know? That's also a part of the idol industry. You're kind of not allowed to fall in love with anyone, at least anyone outside the industry. It's kind of weird, you know? It kind of reminds me of how, like, in medieval times, how like if you're like a noble, you know, yeah, you can't marry the peasants. You're not allowed to do that. Our worlds are so different. A leaden weight settled in my stomach. My happy mood faded. No, this isn't important right now. Finding Mitarashi is. I don't see anything that could help us in here. Maybe the next room has something.
そうだね。流星さん、どこにいるんだろう。
We opened the door and went deeper into the attraction. The next room had several large costumes hanging up, and I could see some fitting rooms in the back.
ここは衣装部屋みたいだね。
We split up and searched some more, but Mitarashi wasn't there.
ここにもいない。一体どこに。
What's wrong? He put his finger up to his mouth.
何か聞こえる。
What?
こっちだ。
Toa quietly approached the room in the back and pressed his ear up against it.
やっぱり声が聞こえる。この先に誰かいるみたい。隣の部屋に行ってみよう。
Right. He grabbed the doorknob, turning it silently. A flight of stairs led outside to an area with a round stage. Is this a roof?
そうみたいだね。
Over on the stage,
くそ俺をこんなところに縛り付けてどうするつもりだ豚野郎いい加減この縄を解きやがれ
流星さん。
tied up to the support beam for the large screen on the stage, was Mitarashi.
あそこだ。行こう。
He's just right there. Let's hurry! We bolted over to him, his eyes winding when he spotted us.
お前らなんでここに
流星さんのこと助けに来たんだ。
Now I'm surprised there isn't like a bunch of bombs around him, and then if someone got close, he would explode. But I guess not. Scrambling behind him, we attempted to untie the ropes.
ありがとうよまさかお前たちが助けに来るとは思わなかったぜ
You know, I feel like in this round, Hogstein is just not very good at being a villain. Unless, I don't know, we don't know his motivations though. We just assume that he's just torturing everyone for fun. There might be a deeper reason for all of this, but I guess we don't know yet. Assuming, well, I guess we'll see. We might get a bigger picture once we do all the routes, you know?
あれだぶ。
But if you know, all I'm saying is that if you really wanted to be practical, you wouldn't let this happen in the first place. You know, like hostages escaping and you know just tying him a rope and that's it. You know, that seems a little lazy. The Count's voice echoed all around us. Piglet suddenly appeared at the stairs. Or maybe it's actually all part of his plan. I don't know. Or maybe you know he's just pretending that oh, actually. I was just pretending to be dumb. We were surrounded and they started closing in. Actually, all part of his plan, all according to Keikaku. Even I was tricked. We didn't have time to free Mitarashi. Are we gonna get captured again?
おい待ちだ
His voice was very commanding. The piglets were so surprised they froze in place.
おいワルドブこのままこいつらを捕まえちまうってのはちょっと芸がないと思わねえかここは一つ俺たちの運命をかけてゲームをしようじゃねえか
Hogstein scoffed.
何言ってんだそれを考えるのがてめえの役目だろ
Just do it yourself. Think of the deal for me.
頭使えよ
Well, that didn't really help Mitarashi. Like I thought he had like a smart plan, you know, but actually he did not have a plan at all. What's wrong with him? Maybe he was a little rude, but to get that mad when someone talks back to him, he's not even gonna give us a chance. Get mad. Yeah. You want to have fun at our expense, right? Why is one more game such a problem?
そうだよ。言い返されたくらいで切れるなんてみっともないよ。
Toa. Fine, I'll, you know, come up with like a new death game. Sure, jeez. I'll have to kill you another way.
分かればいいんだよほらとっとと考えやがれ
しましょうかね。ここはライブステージ。そしてここにはアイドルが一人。あ、そうだ。
Did you think of a game?
いや、私ですね。実は少年時代ジュニアのファンなのです。
Well, I mean, you have one of them right here.
そんなわけでちょうど手元に音源があることですし、まずは若さとわさんに一曲歌っていただきましょう。
Is this a song? Do 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 do. A junior boy song started playing out of nowhere.
今からもう歌うの？
He scrambled to the center of the stage and grabbed a microphone. And then he started to sing. Wow! For the next couple minutes, I was totally stunned. With no preparation, Towa immediately began moving to the beat, singing from memory. Every step and note was smooth and strong. His performance and singing were completely captivating. It was definitely famous for a reason. Now I wonder what the game is. You know, this just seems like he's just doing his job normally. When he finished, I couldn't help clapping until my hands hurt. That's a lot of clapping. Wow, that was amazing.
やるじゃねえか、とは。
Izarashi seemed pretty impressed.
さすがアイドル。いや、いいもの聞かせてもらいました。パーフェクトです。
当たり前でしょ。本職のアイドルをなめないでよ。で、これでクリアってことでいいの？
I mean, that would be too easy.
何を言ってるんですか。ゲームはこれから。はい、クリーン。
The large screen instantly turned on.
これは
His eyes widened impossibly. On the screen were more people than I could count.
今、適当なライブ会場をジャックしました。
ライブ会場ジャックだって？なんでそんなことを？
His eyes narrowed in confusion. He stared at the live image in front of him. The audience suddenly recognized who they were seeing, and the roar that came from the screen was overwhelming.
若さとわさんには
Rah! It's Wakasa!
まして笑顔で歌っていただきます。
Okay.
笑顔。
Towa froze, his face going blank. Mitarashi just looked confused.
笑顔でって。あいつ、なんでわざわざそんなことを。
Yeah, it's a weird stipulation. Oh, had he been listening in our conversation? Gotta force yourself to smile, even though you don't like smiling, especially in this dangerous situation where you don't have any reason to smile anyway. So it's more like mental torture, you know?
でもさ、変だよね。みんなを笑顔にしたくてアイドルになったのに、自分が心から笑えてないなんて。そんな風に思ってたら、ますます笑うことができなくなっちゃって。
I mean, you could still do it, but, you know, more than anything, it's less so, you know, physical torture. It's just
このままだと
bullying him. You know, this is just bullying Wakasa,
アイドルをやめなきゃいけないかもしれ
is
ない。
what Hogstein is just doing right now. Does that mean he knows?
なんだ。何か心当たりがあんのか。
Towa told me some of it before. Smiling is really important to him, but in front of crowds, he's been faking it. It makes him panic, and then he can't sing. Okay, was it that bad? Actually, it didn't seem like it was that bad when he said it. But maybe it is. Because I always thought it just simply meant like, oh, I just feel a bit like depressed when I'm trying to fake a smile for my job, and it just feels wrong, I guess. But does it actually make him panic? And then he can't sing? That would, you know, that would be a obstacle. The whole point is for him to actually do his performance. If he fails, then I guess we're all dead. He's had to back out of 2 concerts already. Okay, so I thought he meant it like as in like he simply turned down the concerts. I didn't think it was like actually he was in the middle of singing and then he just panicked and stopped. You know, I wonder if that's what happened. If that's the case, actually that's a bigger deal. Just imagine there's like in the middle of a concert, you watch your favorite musician or whatever, and they just kind of gave up in the middle of it, and then you don't get like a refund for your tickets. You know, I imagine a lot of people will get angry about that, if nothing else. So that's actually a lot of pressure on someone.
なんだと。ワルド部のやつ、それを知ってて言ってやがらんのか。
His body shook with barely contained rage. Towa didn't even notice. He was frozen in place on the stage, his face pale. The audience in front of him was excited, but the pressure had to be overwhelming.
チャンスは3回あげましょう。笑顔がなくてはダメ。 足も間違えてもダメ。さっきと同じくパーフェクトに歌ってください。それができたらみたらし流星さんを助けるのを。
I mean, just do it as you did like before, you know? It doesn't matter if anyone's watching or not, I guess. But I guess it's hard to, like, distinguish that. You could just pretend you're doing a solo recording. That's all I'm saying, but maybe, you know, it's not that easily overcome. Especially because it's like a big part of him, a big part of his life. The song started up immediately. And he's just frowning. You could do it! The smile he was giving the crowd was stiff and awkward. The difference in performances was startling. It was as if he'd forgotten how to follow the beat and which step came next. He opened his mouth, but his voice was so weak. By the end of the first line, it had faded to nothing.
おやおや、どうしたのですか？ゲームはもう始まってるんですよ。
とわ、しっかりしろ。お前ならやれる。歌え。
Nothing seemed to get through to him. He's not snapping out of it. He's only got 2 more tries. How can I help him? Stato! They better sing! Hurry, we're all dead. Go for it! He heard my voice and turned. Oh. I was surprised to see tears had gathered in his eyes. Come on, I know he can beat this. My heart felt like it was breaking. Seeing him like that, it was almost physical ache. Almost a physical ache.
歌え。
Go time! Like Mitarashi's trying his best. Ute, isn't ute also mean like shoot? You know, I don't know if he's saying like a weird way. Because utao is like song, right? Or I can't remember exactly. It just sounds like ute is just like shooting a gun, you know, telling someone to shoot a gun as well. Maybe it's like a homonym, you know, sounds the same. Anyway, the song played again, but he was clearly unable to sing a single note. Hogstein is he's just piling it on, isn't he? He didn't even bother to hide the glee in his voice. What can I do? He's the one who has to sing, but I can't let him take all the pressure. We're in this together. But what must he do to be able to smile? Earlier, before the screen turned on, he was a pro. His performance was perfect. Not a smile, not a fake one, but real. A true smile. I desperately racked my brain. Wait, back at the hotel, he put on that little show for Mai. It looked like he was enjoying himself, even with her there watching. And just a bit ago, he didn't have any problems in front of Mitarashi. He sang and danced for someone both times, so why can't he do it now? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because that actually gives a new context to why he said that. If he felt that way earlier, oh, I know. I dashed up to the screen and caught his eye. Just have fun. You know, that's like, hey, Wakasa, just have fun. No, sing for me. Do it. Do it for me. Please, sing for me. You smile when you perform for Mai, so you should be able to do that for me, right? He raised an eyebrow, unsure. I'm sure it will. You can do it. I don't know, is that the correct thing to do? I'm not sure. The song restarted for the last time. When the lyrics came up, he opened his mouth. Just sing for me. Do it for me. His voice got stuck and he missed the first line. Ah! Dead. Alright. Nope, that was wrong. Oh no! Ah! A strong blow struck me on the back of my head. What? I didn't understand what was going on until the piglets came into view. I collapsed. Okay, so it really was the other choice? I really thought he was actually singing for me because it seemed like he was having fun when he was singing for other people, you know, not just his fans, but I don't know, maybe I got it wrong. The answer, I guess, is actually, just have fun, you know, it's like, that sounds like really bad advice, but I guess it's supposed to be the right thing. I would never find out what had happened afterward. Because I died. The end. Oh, we're both dead. Game over. Oh, hee hee hee. Okay, try again.
諦めるわけにはいかない。
Try again. This time, don't mess it up. Just have fun, lol. And I don't know. This is like just have fun, forehead. You know, this sounds like really bad advice. Like that sounds even worse to me. Like you have to force yourself to have fun as well. You know, I wouldn't like that as advice, but I guess it'll work for him. Try to have fun with it. Don't worry about everyone watching. Just sing because you love it. Remember what you told me?
歌うことを楽しむ。
Enjoy yourself and your smile will come on its own. Yeah, just do it. Dummy. His eyes widened. I guess that's the correct choice. I leaned forward to whisper in his ear. I love your singing the most when you're having fun. Good luck. I believe in you, Toa. I stepped back and away, off the stage. The song restarted.
歌うことを楽しむ。
It's that easy, you know? Just have fun, and then you win. So easy. He closed his eyes and took a deep, slow breath. Remember, the moment his eyes opened, his expression completely changed. Yes, CG? I know there's some CG. The cheerful, fun-loving guy I knew was there in front of me. Alright. Completely immersed in his singing, his voice relaxed, his steps never missing a beat, he was smiling. A huge scream came from the audience. Hooray! They're going nuts over his performance, and they didn't have to pay for tickets. What a deal. He has them all in the palm of his hand. Amazing! I felt like I was on the edge of a cliff. I couldn't turn my eyes away. My smile was doing crazy things in my insides. What do you mean by that? My heart felt like it was in my throat. Well, you should see a doctor if that's the case. If your heart is literally in your throat, that's not supposed to happen. I couldn't ignore my attraction anymore. This must be. She's gonna be a Wakasa stand. Anyway, I cut myself off before I could finish that thought. You're everyone's, Toa. You belong to all of them. As if he sensed my thoughts, he turned his head to look at me. His blinding smile was just for me, taking my breath away. I can't fight this feeling. She's a fan of pop idols now. Oh no. As the song ended, the crowd applauded wildly, screaming and cheering. The screen turned off. Ta-da!
やったークリアだ
Congrats! I quickly ran up and hugged him tightly. You were perfect. You couldn't have done it better. You know, good thing, because in the other timeline, we died. His hug was just as fierce.
君が教えてくれたおかげだよ。歌うことを楽しめばいいって。
All I had to do was just have fun. Easy. I don't know. I still just it's like that's it. That's the answer. Just have fun. I don't know. Whatever. You probably won't have problems with smiling now, right?
もう大丈夫。
I'm glad. You know, having fun isn't how you become a famous pop idol, though. You know, that's all I'm saying. He leaned even closer and softly whispered in my ear. Okay.
さきちゃん。さっきの告白の答え。
I keep looking at Saki. I just think she's Chie. You know, it's the same hairstyle. Oh, that's right. That's right. We rescued Mitarashi. I already knew my reply. My heart was set. I looked straight into his eyes. I'd love to be with you, Toa. Okay. Having a famous boyfriend wasn't gonna be easy, but I definitely wanted to try. My feelings were too strong not to. His smile stretched from ear to ear. He gently touched foreheads with mine.
よかった。大好きだよ。これからずっと君のこと。
Oops, I didn't mean to skip that. That's fine. Just smooch. Smooch, smooch, smooch. Was it Inshin? Yeah, Saber? You talking about Saber? I don't know. I don't see a Saber. I don't know if someone in chat talking about Saber? There was a reference. Well, not really a reference, but I referenced Saber when there was the game involving Excalibur. I don't know, there's a saber here. Anyway, he pulled me even closer, the final inches between us gone, and our lips met in a light, feathery kiss. They never actually, again, they never touch lips though. I imagine all the CGs, they just never actually touch lips. I don't know, it's weird. These feelings, I love you so mad. Wow. Good for you, Saki.
暑いねお二人さん
Azune, I think he said like it's hot here. It's hot in here, is what he said in Japanese. Getting hot in here. Ah. Hogstein's grumpy voice caused us to jump apart.
そうだまだ流星さんの縄も解いてなかった
Oh, we did it? I thought we did. I thought we did that. Oh, right. I thought he was actually free from the ropes already, but I guess not. We rushed up in freedom, a little guiltily.
ありがとうよやっと自由になれたぜ
He rolled his shoulders a few times to stretch his stiff muscles.
じゃあなワルド部俺たちは行くぜ
What? Well, you're just gonna have to deal with it.
何言ってるんだよ僕はゲームをクリアしたんだ当然の権利でしょ
そういうことだじゃあな
Ah, yes. Rule lawyering.
てめえだらだらくだらねえヘリクスこねやがって男らしくねえぞ
He's not a man, he's a pig, you know? What? He was so selfish it made my blood boil, and my voice came out louder and higher than I expected.
二人とも心配すんな大丈夫だ
A hard, black object suddenly appeared in his hand. What? A hard, black object?
俺たちにはこいつがある
What is it?
それ拳銃
A gun? Nani?
おうよ
You just have a gun. He pointed towards the piglets. I mean, you shouldn't shoot them, they're innocent people, but
こいつは裏火
Sure.
を助け出すために指導から借りた本物だ脱出を邪魔するやつはこいつでズドンだぞ
ah yes, just murder all the piglets. The piglets shuffled back in fear.
ずるいのはどっちだてめえはそこで俺たちが脱出するのをハンカチ噛みしめながら眺めてろよし行くぞここから脱出するんだ
Right. Hogstein's voice chased after us as we ran for the stairs. I guess that's it. We survived, I guess. Phew. Like an unofficial game, really. Wasn't really part of the main games. We stopped for breath after finally making it outside.
大丈夫
He looked at me concerned. He hadn't let go of my hand once the entire time we were escaping. Yeah, we were together, so I wasn't scared.
よかった
なんだとすっかり男の顔になったじゃないか
Gon was a scared kid. Now he looked confident and pleased at the compliment. Mitarashi gave me a sly glance out of the corner of his eye.
笑顔を守りたい相手を見つけたってことか
Smile to protect. It's very anime. He didn't even hesitate. My heart fluttered and I couldn't help smiling.
そうかよしその手を離すなよここを離れるぞ
分かってる絶対離さないよ
Literally forever? What if I need to go to the washroom, you know? Just never wash that hand and just like connect the hands forever, literally. It's like sew it tight, you know? A sewing needle? No. Gun in hand, Mitarashi led us away from the attraction. I guess we're reunited, right? I assume so. We stopped in front of Alice's cart. The sun was high in the sky. Today's game was due to start soon.
おっ 手はまだないみたいだな。
I guess not reunite yet. He scanned the surroundings for signs of a chase, but must not have found
これ
any.
からどうしよ
We took cover in the deep shadows of a large tree and began planning our next move.
ああ、とりあえずホテルが着岸するまで待って指導たちと合流するが。
Towa shook his head.
う。ワルドブーのさっきの感じだと僕たちがみんなと合流するのを絶対に邪魔してくるよ。
Yeah, he expected us to go there.
それにもし合流できても僕たちのゲーム復帰は認めてもらえないと思う。
確かにな。それじゃあ明日の最後のゲームが終わるまでこのランドの中で何とかして逃げ切るか。
Do you have an idea?
僕たちで人質を助けに行こう。
Okay, we're just gonna skip the games, just save the hostages ourselves.
なんだと。
僕たちがこのまま逃げ切れば明日のゲームにはきっと最初から捕まってる人たちが使われるよね。ワルド部ならみんなを動揺させるために全員の命を懸けるくらいのことは言い出しかねないよ。
確かにあいつならやりかねね
僕たちがゲームに戻れなくても手助けはできる。人質を解放してみんなが戦いやすいようにしたいんだ。
Mitarashi stared at him, looking rather stunned. He blinked a few times.
え。お前、
何？
あ、いや驚いたぜ。一皮むけたな。
He raised his fist, laughing. Towa bumped it with his own. A fist bump. I think. It seemed they had a bond now, where they considered each other equals. I'm kind of jealous. I was like
もうじき今日のゲームが始まっちまうな。
like bros.
今のうちにみんなに連絡入れとくか。
He pulled out a cell phone.
あれ？流星さんは携帯電話を没収されなかったの？
おいおい、ホストが携帯を一つしか持ってないわけないだろ。
There's multiple ones. He grinned. Is that how they do things at his club? Yeah, I don't know. Is that how it works? I'm not sure.
おい、指導か。俺だ。
The others were filled in pretty quickly.
ってわけで、俺たちは今から人質を救出してくるぜ。ああ、大丈夫だ。こっちにも3人いるからな。ワルドブーの野郎の好きにはさせねえ。上がってる。無理はしねえよ。あ、なるほどな。わかった。ありがとう。じゃあ、後で会おうぜ。
What did he say?
お、あっちじゃ浦部が目を覚ましたらしい。あいつしか知らないワルドブータワーへの入り方を教えてくれたぜ。
本当に浦部さんも元気なんだね。よかった。
A secret way in will definitely help us.
ああ、俺たちが目指すは人質の囚われたワルドブータワーだ。虎穴にいらずんば孤児を得ずってやつだな。
Towa's eyes widened.
へえ、流星さんでもそんな言葉知ってるんだね。
What do you mean? Nothing ventured, nothing gained? That seems like a very common phrase. Maybe it's different in Japanese. Maybe it's a more uncommon phrase in Japanese.
なんだとてめえ。
怒らないでよ。だってそんな柄じゃないんだもん。
Mitarashi grumbled, but I could tell they were just goofing around. It was so cute. They should just get together, you know, break up with me and then just... he does have a point though. As I laughed, I felt all the remaining tension leave my body. Yawn. We formed a plan and contacted the others, and now it seemed everything was finally catching up to me.
眠いの？
Oh, sorry, I'm pretty pooped.
実は僕もちょっと。何しろ昨日から徹夜だもんね。
He was barely keeping his eyes open. All those performances today must have worn him out.
よし、人質奪還作戦の結果は今日の深夜だ。とりあえずは体を休めることにしようぜ。
Just gotta get a little power nap, I guess. We all nodded and headed off to find somewhere safe to rest until nightfall. There you go. That's the plan. We're just gonna go right into the final boss's place and just save the hostages ourselves. And we skip this part because we already seen it. Little photo there. There you go. Stage 7.